Hello loves, welcome back to another reading vlog. I am so excited for this one because we're going to be doing a 24-hour readathon. I'm a little bit nervous also. I have done one 24-hour readathon and that was last July 4th. So it's been literally like 15 months since then. My husband and I did it together and we just spent like the weekend reading. We broke it up into two 12-hour shifts essentially, or at least that was the intention. We ended up like falling asleep and doing all kinds of other different things. So I ended up doing like an extra few hours one day. It ended up being like a whole 3 days. But anyway, it was a lot of fun and I only filmed a short. This was before I was really sharing any sort of bookish content on YouTube. So welcome to my first official YouTube 24-hour readathon. I'm so excited. I have some really good books lined up. I'll also give you guys a breakdown of what I've spent the first week of October reading because I totally veered off of the TBR that we pulled from the TBR jar. Surprise, surprise. But there have been some really, really good ones. And I have decided to do this one in two 12-hour days as well. So it's Saturday. I'm getting a late start. Shocker, it's 11:28. So we will just start running the time as soon as I finish this intro. It's fine for me that I'm starting late because I like to sleep in. My husband and I had a good morning together. We had breakfast and I got dressed and all that good stuff. And I'm usually up until around midnight, 12:30, sometimes 1 in the morning. So I feel like this is going to be just fine. I'm Taylor. If you are new around here, welcome. I'm so glad to have you. Again, guys, I just am so grateful to hit 1K. I do just want to officially shout that out in this video as well because it's still so fresh. Thank you guys so much. And stay tuned to the end of this video because I have a very, very exciting announcement, something that I have been working very hard on. And it's something that I have been wanting to do for a while. And I told myself that when I hit 1K, I would. So stay tuned for that announcement at the end because you won't want to miss it. But without further ado, let's chat about the books that I have read this month so far. Behind me is what's left on the TBR. There are some new books on there as well from what was pulled from the TBR jar. So let's look at my Fable. If you want to follow me over on Fable, I do use Fable instead of Goodreads. I am really trying to avoid going back to Goodreads. I just felt like it was a very negative space and I'm really able to kind of just stay in my own little bubble on Fable. And I just really feel like the vibe on Fable is a little bit more positive and I'm kind of able to stay away from that negativity a bit better. If you want to follow me on Fable, I will have it linked in the description of this video for you guys. But let's see, I meant to start Direbound, which was going to actually take the place of Catabasis, I found out is how you say it, or at least that's how most people are saying it. I was saying Catabasis. I feel like Catabasis sounds cooler, but I also felt like Rysand sounded cooler, if you know, than Rhysand. I still haven't gotten over that. But anyway, that was going to take the place of Catabasis. However, I've still kept it up there because I still may get to it. I started Direbound and then put it down because I just got intimidated and I just kind of felt like I wasn't in the mood. So I did start the month off finishing Mile High by Liz Tom Ford, and I have some more news for you guys. I'm gonna start star rating things. Ugh, I'm betraying myself. If you've been around, you know that I don't love to star rate things. I just feel like it just doesn't sit well with me, the way that the community is so focused on star rating things. I don't know. I feel like it would be really hard to be an author during this time where just like everybody's opinions are constantly in your face. That was not the case, 15, 20 years ago. So I just like don't love contributing to a space that can feel very negative. It's just the human nature, right? We are drawn to negativity. We are drawn to drama. We are drawn to unpopular opinions. And I really try not to add too much to that space. I do try and keep my reading space as positive as possible. However, with that being said, as I move on in my content creating journey and as I am just kind of starting to steamroll more with the book content, if I do want to start working with publishers or getting ARCs and things like that, I really do just need to be reviewing the books that I'm reading. And I do spend so much time creating content around the books and reading, so it's just something that I can't avoid any longer. So if you go on Fable, you will see that as of this month, I have started star rating things. I will go back and star rate things from the rest of this year as well, but I think that's about as far as I will go. And at the end of the month, when I do my reading wrap and pull from my TBR jar for my new stack, I will give you guys kind of the whole breakdown. But for now, I did finish Mile High, and then I did read Anatomy of a Love Story by Dana Schwartz, which was on my October TBR, and then I kind of veered. If you've been around, you know that I absolutely love T. Kingfisher. She is a queen. I love her so much. She does no wrong. Her books just do something for me, and they're not going to do something for everybody. They're really not. They are odd. They are quirky. They are special, but they are for me. I might be her biggest fan. I don't know. I love her so much. So I did read A House with Good Bones, which I was supposed to read last October. So fun. That is one of my favorites, and I believe it's my husband's favorite from her now, which is crazy because he was like, Hollow Places is the best ever, and Hollow Places is really good. And I loved it. I loved it so much. We buddy read that, and then we also buddy read What Stalks the Deep, which is the third book in the What Moves the Dead series by T. Kingfisher. And I feel like she left it a little bit open. There might be a fourth one. I don't know. The first one is a spin on the fall of the House of Usher, which I nerd out over. It was just so much fun. These are very short books. I think each one of them is like between 150 and 180 pages or something. They're really quick reads. They're a lot of fun. I will say it, and I say it every single time. It's a very, very Tim Burton. Like, that's the only thing that I can compare it to. I then read Tourist Season by Brynne Weaver, which I just finished last night, and I couldn't wait. I was telling my husband, I was like, I'm having a hard time picking up Direbound. He was like, it's because you need to pick up Brynne Weaver's new book. I was like, you are right. Yes, I do. And again, she did not miss. She hit. The Ruinous Love trilogy, along with Rebel Blue Ranch, are some of my all-time favorite series that I've read, and there are series that I will read again, along with like The Summer I Turned Pretty. These are just comfort series to me. I love them so much. The Ruinous Love trilogy just hit. It just hit. I'm definitely going to make some short content around Tourist Season and the Ruinous Love trilogy and kind of how you should read them and if you need to read one before you read the other and all that kind of stuff. So if you're not following on TikTok and Instagram, definitely be sure to do that. But it was so much fun. I loved it. So that is how we have started off the month. It's been good so far. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 books. That's not bad. It is October 11th. With all that being said, let's pick the books that I'm going to read for this 24-hour readathon. I am a big immersive reader. I really, really like having the audiobooks because it allows me to just kind of, I was telling my husband, move about the cabin, you know? I could be moving around my house, cleaning, cooking, organizing, whatever. I just don't have to be sat the entire time reading. Don't get me wrong. I do love sitting and reading, and it is the absolute coziest, best experience. However, it's just not realistic all the time for the amount of books that I read. So I do love having the audiobooks, but I do want to intentionally also just kind of sit and read as well. I think that would just be cozy. Tea break. My tea's getting cold. But anyway, what I'm thinking is it's going to be between these four at the end. So I have Soul Searching by Lila Sage, which was not on my TBR. However, again, Rebel Blue Ranch, Lila Sage, it's like another Brynne Weaver situation for me. And also I have joined Ellen Catherine's book club, and so that is the October read, so I'll definitely be reading it. I'm thinking maybe that one this weekend. I don't know. I don't have the audio for that. And then Bride by Ali Hazelwood, that was on my TBR for the month. I also don't have the audio for this, but I did pick up Mate, and I'm hearing such good things. It's funny because when I picked it up last year, all I felt like I was hearing was negative things. And again, not that at all chooses a trajectory of my reading journey. I am not that way about books or movies or food. Like, have your opinion. I really, really don't take anyone's opinions like to heart about those sorts of things. I just like to consume it myself and then see how I feel. But I was hearing a lot of negative things. I was meant to read it last October, never did. But now I'm hearing great things and I'm like, okay, cool. Well, I picked up Mate, so I got to read this ASAP. So Bride's the other one. So one of those will be, I think, a good choice to just sit down and fully have the relaxing experience of reading. And then I also have Powerless and The Spell Shop. I got The Spell Shop on audio this morning. So something else that I do to help me read as much as I do is when I pull my TBR for the month, I get on Libby and I immediately get on the wait list for the Kindle copy and the audio copy of all the books that are on my TBR. This way, when it comes time to read them, I have 3 options. I have the physical book, oftentimes, not all the time. I have the physical book, I have the Kindle copy, and I have the audio copy. And I just feel like that works for me. I like to have options, and if I pick up a book or I see a book that is going to be just very highly anticipated and probably very popular, I'll even get on that waiting list, you know, way in advance. Things that I'm thinking about reading in November and December, I'm already on the waiting list for. So that's a little hack for you. So with those 4 up there being a main option, the other one that is on my TBR this month that I only have the Kindle copy for and the audio, I don't have the actual book, is The Right Move by Liz Tom Ford, which is the second book in the Windy City series. So that's another option. I don't know. I'm having a hard time. Let's pull them down, actually take a look at them, and then go from there. Okay, you guys may have moved a little bit because I got up and looked at the books, and Andrew looked at the books too, and we've made our decisions. I'm very excited. I feel good about it. So we have like one physical book today and one physical book tomorrow, both of which I don't have the audio for. So that will force me to actually relax. And then I have one that I can do an immersive read today and one that I can do an immersive read tomorrow. I also have one on my Kindle, which is exciting. What am I talking about? I also have Soul Searching and The Spell Shop on my Kindle from Libby. But anyway, we're going to do The Right Move by Liz Tom Ford. Let's pull it up. Of course, I knew when I told Andrew to help me pick, I was like, he's going to choose the sports romance. And sure enough, he's like, I just feel like this one's going to be the right one for you. And I was like, he's like, it'll be short and quick. I was like, no, it's like 500 pages. He's like, oh, okay, it's 428 pages. He was like, you need to come back to Powerless another time. I was like, okay. So The Right Move by Liz Tom Ford. Bride by Allie Hazelwood. I'm so excited. Even Andrew's like, that one sounds really, really good. Soul Searching by Lila Sage. He's like, you're going to love this. I'm like, I know. And then it'll knock out the book club book as well. And then The Spell Shop by, I always forget her name, Sarah Beth Durst, which is just cozy. This is cozy. This might be like a Sunday thing. We'll see. Andrew's like, what are you feeling right now? I'm like, I literally have no feelings. Like, I'm totally open to whatever. So that's exciting. It is 11:58. We are starting the timer in 2 minutes. Like, the timer is getting started at noon because I'm going to read until midnight. It's like literally so last minute. But anyway, we have our books. Let's start reading. I'm so excited for this. Also, send me good vibes because I'm also a little bit nervous. I don't know why. I'm totally going to sleep. It's not like I'm going to stay up and not sleep. That would be like the one thing I'm not doing. But anyway, let's read. Okay, let's do a quick update. We've just got back from lunch. It was really yummy. We had some deli sandwiches and we sat down and read there for a little bit. Andrew's actually reading today as well. He's reading the second book in the Mickey 7 series. I don't know, it might just be a duology, but he's on the second one right now and he's really enjoying it. We are 2.5 hours in. I don't know if you can even see that. I've just like cleaned my phone with a Clorox wipe, so I feel like it's got watermarks on it. But anyway, totally a little germaphobe. I am on chapter 13 and I'm eating this up. It's page 122, 30% of the way through. I'm eating it up. First of all, I've really gone into this series very blind. I knew that this one was about the female main character's brother. So the female main character from the first book, Mile High. I knew this was going to be about her brother, and I knew this was going to be about her best friend. Like, I just knew that out of the gate. But other than that, that's literally all that I knew. I did not know that we were going to have fake dating. I did not know. I absolutely love fake dating, and it's not something that I've read a lot of. My favorite so far has been Funny Story by Emily Henry. I just really haven't read too much. So if you have any fake dating recs, please leave them in the comments because I have been giggling, kicking my feet. I'm like, Andrew, you had the absolute perfect recommendation for me to start with today. This has just hit. So if you don't know anything about this book, this follows Ryan and Indy. Indy is just getting out of a really, really bad situation. Her boyfriend cheated on her. She caught him cheating on her. They're like childhood best friends. They've been together for like 6 years. They've known each other their entire lives. And so she's just really, really heartbroken. She really thought that like that was her life partner and they were going to get married, have family and all of that. So she's just trying to put the pieces of her life back together. Ryan is a famous basketball player. Incredibly famous. He lives in Chicago. He obviously has a very, very, very nice, spacious penthouse that he lives in, or like luxury apartment, one of the two, I can't remember. And his sister, the female main character from the first book, asks him, please let my best friend live with you. She's just like trying to put the pieces of her life back together. He's hesitant. He doesn't want to give up his personal space, but he lets her come in. And so it really starts off with like this tension. He's kind of a jerk, and I really didn't like Xander's from the first book right out of the gate either. I really wasn't loving him right out of the gate. There were things I loved about him from the perspective of the first book, of me seeing him as a brother, but he definitely just really, really upset me like right out of the gate of this book. So I'm like, all right, here we go. We're on an adventure. I love Indy so much so far. I have this feeling that she might end up being my favorite female main character of this series, but I still have 3 other books to read, I believe. So we'll see. I will report back. It's really, really good. I just love me some sports romance, like honestly, and I don't even watch sports. Like I'm not a sports girl, but I love me some sports romance. I will update you guys in a little bit. It's 4:53. We are almost 5 hours in. The timer is at 7 hours and 5 minutes. and I am 60% through. I'm on chapter 24. Am I kind of reading at a snail's pace? Yes, it seems like it. It does. Will I finish 2 books today after all? Probably not, but we're gonna keep going. We're chilling. I did have to get a couple of other things done, and I just let the timer keep going because I want this to be kind of like realistically how much I read in 2 days without stopping the timer every time I do anything else. So this is where we are. I do have an update. I am in love with Ryan right now. I'm in love with him. I knew this was gonna happen. I was like, don't make me hate this man, but I don't. I love him. Love a celibate man. Yes, we do. Guilty. I absolutely love the way he treats Indy. I love the way he treats her. As a friend, as a roommate. I'm loving the trajectory of the story. I'm loving that we're getting a little bit more of the couple from book 1 too. Like, not too much. This is not their story at all, but just little sprinkles. And again, I just love Indy so much. I'm going to keep this spoiler free. I did not mention that at the beginning, but I really truly try and never spoil any books that I talk about for any of you guys. So this is definitely spoiler free, but yeah, I'm loving them so much. I really like Liz Tomford's writing. I just feel like it's very easily digestible. It's enjoyable. It's one where I can just listen to the audiobook and feel like I'm still very in tune with what's going on. I don't have to be doing an actual immersive read every second versus like when I read fantasy, I kind of often want to be reading the book itself because I don't want to miss anything or misunderstand anything. So I'm really enjoying that. I think it was really good to start off with a romance. So let's keep going. I think Andrew's going to make dinner. I don't know. Are you making dinner tonight? I should also probably try and get outside and just stare at the sun for a minute maybe. That might be good. I have been sitting by my window though, which is nice. But anyway, that is the update and let's keep reading. I finished. And let's do a timer check because what? There's 3 hours and 23 minutes left on the timer. It is 8:35 p.m. I cannot tell you where the time goes, where the day goes. I don't know. And people who because I love watching 24-hour readathons. I mean, I just follow a lot of book creators, but just like busting out a book every 4 hours, I'm like, man, maybe we'll get to that point, but I don't know, guys. I hope this is really realistic for you. I will be starting the next book I've decided is going to be Bride because I just feel like that's going to be a very nice switch up and I'm just very excited to read this. I've already gotten the bed all cozy. My pajamas are out, so I'm going to shower, get cozy, and we'll just read this until I fall asleep. Like, that'll just be the plan. If it runs past midnight, fine. If it stops before midnight, I'll add the time to tomorrow, but that is the plan. Let's talk about the right move. Any even small negative thought that I had about the male main character, gone. Forget about it. Nope. I love him. I love her. It's going to be hard for any of the books in this series to top this couple for me. I love them so much. Like, oh my gosh, I love them so much. And I've gone ahead and rated it 4.5 stars. I will say that I'm possibly gonna bump that to 5. I'm trying to be super realistic and only give 5 stars to books that I feel like I would read again, that I just really related to, that just really grabbed my heart. And honestly, I think this is that book. And as I'm explaining it to you, I'm like, yeah, this is a 5-star read for me. Honestly, I don't know what else you could want from a romance. I feel like these characters were just so relatable to me. The life experience that they've had, the pains and the traumas and the hesitations was just so relatable to me. Their love story was so relatable to me. I cried, I laughed, I felt their pain, their grief, their happiness, their overcoming everything that they went through individually and then coming together. I can want nothing more from a romance, honestly. So It's totally 5 stars. I'm going to change it. It's totally 5 stars. I'm very excited to read the next one. I've already downloaded it on the Kindle. I am feeling like I need to go and pick up these books and have the physical copies because I have highlighted so much in the book and I kind of just want to have them on my shelf. I feel like this is just going to be another like Rebel Blue Ranch experience for me. I haven't felt this like connected to characters since Rebel Blue, and I'm so happy. And everybody was saying that that was going to happen and that I needed to read this series and I needed to hurry up because I was just going to be obsessed, and they were absolutely right. I needed to feel this. So I'm glad that I started with this one. It was a really good one. Just good vibes. Good vibes. So we'll start Bride. We'll see how far we get. Finish Bride tomorrow, and then this might end up being only a 3-book 24-hour readathon. I don't know. After this, I'll probably do the Spell Shop and then end with Soul Searching. If I start it, great. If I start and finish it, even better. If I don't get to it, not a big deal. Again, I'm hoping that this is like pretty realistic, but I'm on a high. I can't believe it's 8:30. I honestly cannot. Let's go get cozy and let's start Bride. Hello guys, it is the next day and it is very late in the next day. Let me explain how the evening went and how it is now 3:10 p.m. So last night I ended up going to bed early. I stopped the timer early, so I added an extra 30 minutes today, 12 and a half hours, I promise. Andrew and I just ended up watching Elemental and laying down and snuggling and falling asleep early. It was much needed. Andrew was having a tummy ache, so I just wanted to cuddle up with him. But I did get about 100, I think to chapter 8 last night, 100 pages in. I am about to finish it. I'm on chapter 29. I don't actually know the percentage of that, but I'm on chapter 29 and I have got all the thoughts and a good update for you guys. Oh, we also have 7.5 hours left on the timer, which is like very much cutting it close because I probably need about 7 hours to read the Spell Shop. I've decided to read the Spell Shop and then just give up Soul Searching. We're not going to make it to Soul Searching. So hopefully again, this is like a really good realistic readathon for you because I do speak with my husband, do things around the house. I'm not just sat unmoved and reading for the 12 hours that the timer is running, and it would just be unrealistic to stop it every single time I needed to do anything else like shower, eat, talk to Andrew. So that is the reality of how this has gone for me, but it has been very good, and it's been good to just really sit down and read this. All morning I was just in my cozy pajamas on the couch, bundled up. I finally got up, showered, had some food. So let's talk about Bride. This is so much fun. I am eating it up. Also, I think this is my first urban fantasy. If you don't know, because I did not know, urban fantasy is when there is elements of modern day, like it's basically taking place in our human world. In this case, we do have like supernatural forces going on. So we have vampires and werewolves, and the main character, Misery, is basically kind of forced to marry the alpha of the werewolf pack in North America, and his name is Lo. And so it starts off right away with that chapter. She's like getting married, so you're like immediately hooked. And then everything happens honestly very quickly. This might be one of the first times ever that I feel very strongly that this book should have had a bit more build up, a bit more yearning, a bit more tension. I do feel like I'm still trying to come to terms with whether or not I'm a big Ali Hazelwood fan. This is only the second book I've read by Ali. The other one was Deep End, and Deep End was just not my favorite book. I mean, I enjoyed the love story. I enjoyed the way that the relationships formed. I enjoyed open and safe discourse around sexual preferences, but it just didn't hit for me. It just was not my favorite. I do have quite a few of her other books on my shelf, so I'm going to continue to give her a chance. Like I want to read Love Hypothesis before the movie comes out, and then I have like her YA Check and Mate, and then I have a few other ones, so I'm going to continue to read her books. With that being said, I am enjoying this. I just do feel like I wish there was a little bit more to grab onto. I feel like there could have been a whole entire other book and then what's going on in this book should have been in book 2. So I'm very curious to see what is going on in Mate. I did already pick up a copy of Mate, and I have it also already checked out through Libby for audio. So I'm probably going to read it soon. I'd be surprised if I don't read it this week, honestly, since this is just fresh on the brain. I feel like she jumps to spice right away, and I was not expecting it to be so, like, I guess kind of spice heavy. I do feel like that is kind of her vibe. That's her jam, and I'm a fan of spice. The spice in Caught Up, chef's kiss. That's my kind of spice. That is the kind of spice that I enjoy. This is fun because it's a vampire and a werewolf, and you're just like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And I believe it was chapter 14. Chapter 14, I was like, ooh, okay. So I am enjoying it. I really do like Misery. She is a silly, goofy time. Like, she is a smartass. Like, her whole entire personality was completely unexpected for me. Allie does also normally write, and I do know this from just reviews of her other books and reading Deep End. Her female main characters are often intellects, and so this being her first fantasy, it's kind of nice to see her write this like silly, goofy character, and I really, really do like Misery. I really like Lo. Everything about Lo I like. He kind of like pissed me off a little bit ago towards the end. If you know, you know, like when he starts denying something, I was like, come on, what is going on? But ultimately, I really do love Lo. I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about Misery's best friend, Serena, but I feel like that's going to come together here in the next 20 pages as I end this book. Let's see, I have 35 pages left. So I feel like I'm going to know how I feel about her by then. But I mean, I'm enjoying it. I don't know what I'm going to rate it right now. I'll give it some more thought as I finish it up, but let's cozy up and finish this together. Okay, wait, so is the second book going to be about Serena? Is this one of those sort of like interconnected standalone situations, or a series that like follows a different couple each book? I really like to go into things blind, so I really don't look too much into any book I read. I'm just kind of like, oh, people are liking this, cool. I'll pick it up. It's in the genre that I like. But I'm like very, very okay. I thought this was going to follow them into the second book, but okay. Okay, I'm excited. I'm excited to pick up Mate. So overall, I really had a good time. I feel like it had me giddy at times, had me laughing. Like I said, I love the female main character. I also love the male main character. I forgive him. He is forgiven. I love him too. It was a lot of fun. It was something different. I've got to go and fill out my review on Fable, but right now I'm leaning towards 3.75. 3.5 or 3.75. We will see. Did it blow me away? No, but it was a good time. And I don't even think that I said, but like, you guys probably will never see me give anything like 1 or 2 stars, to be honest with you. Just like, what? And I just don't seem to read books that I hate. To be honest with you, I seem to have a pretty good judgment of what I pick up. And I'm also pretty generally easy to please and pretty open to different stories and different genres and things like that. Even like Allie Hazelwood, like I said, I didn't love Deep End. It wasn't something that I still couldn't find things in it to enjoy, and something that I would rate like 1 or 2 stars. But yeah, anything like 3 stars, I liked it, I enjoyed it, it was a good time. You know, anything above that, pretty much. 5 stars, I would read it again. This is God tier to me. This is like, oh my gosh, I will come back to this. And 4 stars is like, this stays with me, I still think about it. I would highly recommend it to other people. That's kind of the rating system that I'm leaning towards. 2 would have to be like, this just is something that I started in DNF, it just wasn't for me. Maybe something like Wicked, but when I think about that still, I think that's just, it's not for me. That doesn't mean that the book should be rated so low. So I don't know. You guys can see how I feel about this, but in 1 star, yeah, that would be like absolutely hated. Like, there would have to be some very good reason why I would rate something so low. But anyway, I did enjoy this. We're going to go on to the spell shop. We have no time to mess around. Right now we have 6 hours and 55 minutes, so just under 7 hours. And I do have the audio for spell shop, so I'm really hoping to finish this within the 24 hours. But to be honest with you, regardless, I think we're just going to sit and stay up and finish it anyway, even if the clock goes over, because like I said, there was quite a bit of time last night where I was just, you know, the clock has just been running, right? Like if I'm showering, eating, whatever, spending some time with Andrew. So I feel good about finishing one more book. And I'm excited for the spell shop because everybody says that it is so cozy and so cute. And I do also have the second book on my shelf. I've got these pretty purple sprayed edges. This one is like cottage core, cozy. It's like her and her spider plant against the world or something. This follows Kiela, and I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. I'll find out on the audio, but she is a librarian. The library goes up in flames, and so she is forced to go back to her childhood home, take refuge there. So she decides to help the local bakery there with jam. So she starts growing berries in her cottage garden. She has magic, says magic can do more than make life a little sweeter. So Kiela risks the consequences of using unsanctioned spells and opens the island's first ever and much needed secret spell shop. It's like a Hallmark rom-com full of mythical creatures and fueled by cinnamon rolls and magic. The spell shop will heal your heart and feed your soul. That just sounds fun, like a really good time. It's got a really, really pretty purple cover naked hardback too. I also have a little bit of a cinnamon bun that I picked up from the local bakery that we had lunch at yesterday. So I'm like, maybe I'll warm that up later, have a nice cup of tea. But this sounds super cozy. So let's get started on this adventure. I honestly don't think I've heard one person say that they did not love this book. All right, let's do a little check-in. I am on page 100 exactly, which is chapter 10. This has 375 pages. Can we also have a moment for how pretty this purple naked hardcover is? It goes perfectly with my nails. Ignore the fact that my hands literally are so dry, always with the eczema. Actually, I don't know how much time is left on the timer. Let me go grab my phone. Stand by. I've been reading in the living room and I was literally like getting so heavy-eyed and heavy-headed, like becoming one with the couch. I'm like, I need to take a break. I think I'm gonna go step outside before the sun goes down, just get some sun in my eyeballs. Andrew's cooking dinner. I'm gonna have dinner with my husband, chat a little bit, reset, get in my cozy PJs. We currently have just under 5 hours on the timer, so it will take me that to read this book. It will. 250 pages will take me usually about 4 hours, I would say. And considering I'm going to take a little break right now, we might be reading past the timer, but that's okay. We are going to finish it. So far, it is exactly what I thought it was going to be. Very, very cozy. I'm unsure how I feel about cozy fantasy. I honestly thought it was going to be one of my favorite genres. And like last year, I picked up all kinds of books in that genre, and I feel like you really have to pick them up at the right time or you can ruin the experience for yourself. So with that being said, is today the right time? I don't know, but we're in it. I'm enjoying it. I am pretty tired, so I feel like it is a good way to end the 24-hour readathon. It's a complete switch up from the other two books that I was reading, considering this is just cozy and quaint and no spice, and she's just like chatting with her spider plant who's magical and can talk, and it's just very different and very fun. I will say that I really, really like Beth Durst, I believe. I'm just going to call her Sarah Beth for all intents and purposes in this vlog. I really, really, really like her writing. So as far as the cozy genre goes, her writing is making this very enjoyable. I'm loving the magical elements. I'm loving that she's just like gonna make jam. I'm loving that we're getting a little bit of the main character's like personal background in her story, and it's a little bit emotional and you definitely feel for her. So it doesn't completely like lack depth, you know? It's good. So I'm excited to see where it goes because I really just have no idea, I feel like. So I'll update you guys probably like every 100 pages. That feels right. And the next time it will definitely be dark because we are now losing the sun. So I'm gonna go touch grass and I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. Okay, I'm back. I'm literally struggling to keep my eyes open and not fall asleep. I think it's 7:48. You know how if you have an iPhone, the timer is like here? I hate that the X is right there because I accidentally pressed the X and I didn't know how long was on the timer. And Andrew was like, well, when I saw it about an hour ago, it was like at 4 something. So I don't know. So I had to restart it. It's 7:48. It says 2 hours and 32 minutes, give or take like 10 or 15 minutes, to be honest with you. I do not know. But I am 50% of the way through and I'm just loving it so much. Also, a moment for the bookmark. I meant to show you guys earlier. It's the coziest, perfect bookmark. There's also jam on here, which is so cute. And I think I mentioned earlier, yeah, she starting a business making jam, and it's just like, it's the perfect little thing. There's also a chicken on here. She just got a chicken, and it's just perfectly cozy. It's like the perfect little witchy bookmark. I'm loving it. So chapter 17, page 183. This is out of 374. 374, so exactly 50% of the way through. This is the coziest book. It's actually the perfect way to end this readathon, the perfect switch up. I'm already highly recommending this. If you are into like Howl's Moving Castle, that's the vibes that this is giving me. It's very much reminding me of Sophie and Calcifer. So you know how I mentioned she has a spider plant? Well, this spider plant is magical. He talks, he's her companion, and he is sassy. He's an intellect, he's dramatic, he's emotional, he's opinionated, and he's hilarious. I love him. He's so much fun. She is very like independent. I can do it on my own. Very introverted, very awkward, and they're just a very, very fun duo. Between the cozy cookies that Andrew made after dinner, me literally sinking into the couch and becoming one with the couch, having the audio book for this, and just being so cozy with my Jellycats, I'm really having a hard time keeping my eyes open. So I'm going to switch it up for a second. I'm going to go have a shower, do my skincare, reset, put on some PJs, and hopefully stay awake for the second half of this book. It's so good. I'm enjoying it. I'm just like, oh, I've been reading all day and yesterday and my eyes are just very heavy, but that is the update. Let's go shower and get cozy. Guys, I've just finished with, let me stop the timer. Oh, I exited out again. Why am I the worst? Anyways, it said 22 minutes and 18 seconds, I think, something like that. Why? I need to figure something else out for next time. Maybe like use an app or something else, because that happened once yesterday. Thank goodness I knew the time, and now twice today. But anyways, whatever. It is 9:59. I'm done. I'm exhausted, like laid out. My eyes are so heavy. I'm so tired, and I am a night owl. I'm never tired this early. Like I could have gone to sleep at 7:30, I felt like. But let's chat the spell shop. And then I'm actually going to throw it back to Taylor from a few hours ago, because I knew this was going to happen. So I did the vlog outro earlier after our last check-in, and also dropped the announcement that I mentioned I was going to announce at the beginning of this vlog. I think I'm going to give this 4 stars, maybe 4.25. Honestly, this was cozy. This was everything that it needed to be. I absolutely love the characters. I love the whimsical town. I love the found family elements. I was honestly not even expecting a love story, and it actually says on the bottom here, like, duh, Taylor. It takes a village to open a heart and just one man to steal it. I wasn't expecting it. So, you know, going in blind is also like very, very fun. I highly recommend it. Even though like when I read books to you guys, like that's honestly oftentimes the first time that I've read the synopsis of the book. I often don't. Yeah, I'm just one of those people. Let me know if you are. So I obviously try and like give you guys a little bit of what the book's about. So sometimes I am spoiling a little bit for myself, because I typically won't do that. I was not expecting a love story. I love this so much. The spider plant, Kaz, is my absolute favorite character. I loved him so much. He's my favorite. It's like Calcifer, like I mentioned earlier, my favorite. Like if I was gonna get a tattoo of this spell shop, it would be of a spider plant for Kaz. I loved him so much. And now I'm really excited to pick up The Enchanted Greenhouse, which is the second book. I also have a really, really pretty copy of that with these gorgeous like sea foam green sprayed edges. And I don't know if there's going to be more than that. I don't know if it's just a duology, if there's going to be more books. If you know as well, let me know. That is the wrap up, guys. I'm about to literally change into an oversized t-shirt and go fall asleep on the couch watching Elemental. I'm obsessed with Elemental right now. I'm obsessed. I love it so much. I love when I become like obsessed with a new Pixar film, because I'm obsessed with Pixar. How many times can I say obsessed? Go easy on me. I'm literally exhausted. But anyway, I'm going to go lay down with Andrew and watch Elemental and go to bed. I will kick it back to Taylor from a couple hours ago. Thank you guys so much for watching the vlog and for sticking around. I really hope you enjoyed this 24-hour readathon. It's definitely out of my comfort zone. I don't know how many of these I will be doing. Probably I'll try and do one like once every 3 months or something, just to sprinkle in something different and something fun. But yeah, it's not for the faint of heart. It is a lot to just really sit and read. I feel like I couldn't even like talk to my husband or like do anything else. So it's definitely not something I'll be doing all the time, but I really do hope that you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun, and I checked 3 books off of my TBR for October, and these are actual books that I pulled from the TBR jar video, so I'm very happy about that. And I do also want to tell you guys what I've been so excited to share and what I've been working on behind the scenes now for the last couple of weeks, and that is that I have started a Patreon, which you can access today in the description of this video, and join my little community. I said to myself that once I hit 1K, I really wanted to do something extra to just get to know you guys, get to know the viewers. I'm just talking to a camera, you know, so really get to know my followers and the people that are supporting me. And so I really put my heart into creating this very cozy, safe space on Patreon, and I do hope that you will consider subscribing over there and we can get to know each other a little bit more. You can get all the information in the Patreon link below, but just to give you guys a little teaser, I'm going to be offering 2 different subscriptions, and with each one I'm going to give you guys some exclusive content and things ranging from early access to behind the scenes to choose my TBR to access to a Discord that I have poured my heart into over the last week, hopefully offering just a safe, cozy space for you guys. But that is my exciting launch. I'm so glad you're here, and I hope to see you guys over on Patreon. Other than that, I will see you in the next cozy vlog. Bye.